within the depths of a maniacal maw of madness.
That's the mysterious maw of misery!
The members of a secret society squat in their temporary lair to continue their work protecting the world from those movies considered perverse and heretical. Work which provides no glory, no thanks, and repeated requests that they stop it and calm down. But they will never calm down when there are movies to condemn. Their mission? To scrutinize those films which are rumored to drive viewers to madness and disillusion. Draw closer, dear listener. Let your trembling ears sup upon the eldritch knowledge of the Cinemania Society.
We the fellows of the Lens Hall do convene to judge if the cinema worthy of our esteem, or whether it should cast down worthless hokum. Let us start our offensive judgment.
We the fellows... The story so far. Following a mysterious bout of amnesia from the night before, Brother Zach decided to look at Dark City from 1998, directed by Alex Proyas. Following a mysterious bout of amnesia, our hero John must navigate the dark streets of a dark city looking for the answers to dark questions of dark mystery. Why doesn't he remember who he is? Why is Richard O'Brien trying to kill him? Why did Kiefer Sutherland choose that accent? It's all dark, it's all noir, and it's all happening right now. Look at our former headquarters, a mere shadow of their former glory. Just look at those windows, not a single spot of grime. The bright, cheerful lighting. Far, I say far, too much merchandise stocked on the shelves.
Not one lingering trace of our former aesthetic is left.
Enough with the goddamn aesthetic!
But it's just not our milieu anymore.
And none of that either.
Yeah, this is all just too en vogue.
Don't make me get this spray bottle.
It does have a certain je ne sais quoi.
Traitor.
Anything coming back, Zach?
Oh, something is coming back.
And he barfs again. How many times is that?
Oh, that's almost enough to set me off these Tim Tams, but not quite enough. Oh.
Nausea could be a sign of lingering concussion from that tumble down the stairs.
Or something more
That makes, what, 5 times?
A repetitive gurgling punctuated by hiccups. I'd recognize the sound of the after effects of shitty American food anywhere.
Can you narrow it down farther, Master Eliminator? After all, we are in America.
I'll try.
Oh, come on, don't tell me you can't.
Banh mi taco balls. I'd bet my 6th wisdom tooth on it. And there's only one place you can get that particular offense to proper cuisine.
The food court. I remember now. I was in the food court with those demon twins of Andy and Hope.
I thought we decided they're not demons after all.
Yeah, none of my spells worked on them, so they definitely couldn't have been demons.
So there we were, standing in line to get food.
To the food
court! Wait. Are we doing a Dark City flashback to the food court or a Clue-style scramble?
Immaterial, Brother Methuselah!
Yes, sir.
Bring the petty cash box. I feel snacky.
But all we have left is 4 pence 50.
Where did the rest go?
Well, there are several IOUs left for bug powder and typewriter ribbons.
Oh, man, that could have been any one of us. No way to ever know who ordered that. Guess we'll just have to chalk it up to the vicissitudes of fate. Best we just get on with the conclave, right? I'll take it from here. It's a fresh new night in the dimly lit domain, and Bumstead is out on the prowl doing more cop work. Naturally, the first place he goes is a nightclub where Mrs. Murdoch sings. Definitely looking for leads, that's all. Might as well catch a show while he's at it. Underground, the hair-challenged happy he-harlots are bemoaning their efforts. Their control over the city is faltering because of John's influence. His presence is having an effect on their machines, and that's unacceptable. Richard O'Brien now reveals his own plan, while strapped to a large steel apparatus. That may be part of his plan, or just how he likes to relax and hang out with the boys, who can say. The best way to figure out where John will go is to think like he does. Unfortunately, they happen to have a copy of John's lost memories, thanks to the good doctor. One quick jab in the skull meat, and Richard O'Brien will know all that John knows, and more importantly, where and who he will visit. While John figures out his memories, they will be one step ahead of him. This is apparently a very dangerous procedure, which is almost certain to cause a gruesome, painful demise, but that's a risk Mr. Book is willing to take with the lives of his underlings, so he gives the big thumbs up to the plan.
I'll take a page out of his book.
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland pops up with a handy-dandy memory syringe and sticks it in. Richard O'Brien is suddenly overwhelmed with a series of memories exploding and overlapping of a human childhood and adolescence, the memories that John was supposed to get all along. Thing is, those memories also include a lot of, serial killings. So it seems that originally John really was supposed to be a killer all along.
I mean, you gotta have balance in your memories, right? A little of this, a little of that. Some playing on the beach, some ritually murdering prostitutes.
Everyone can ritual murder a prostitute now and then, for a treat.
I'll stick with salami, thank you.
Disclaimer, the thoughts of Brother Andy are not the thoughts of the society as a whole.
Oh, so you're against treats now.
Hand me a
Put
Tim
the
Tam.
salami down.
But it's so girthy.
Well, now Richard O'Brien has those impulses, and you know that's only going to end well for everyone. As predicted, John Murdoch is trying to work out who he is, or was, by looking through the few possessions he has managed to keep hold of. One of them is a postcard from someone called Carl Harris, an old friend. Not only that, but the postcard is from the mythical beach he keeps thinking about. This is presumably the same KH that was monogrammed on the suitcase John woke up with. A clue, by gum! Given that this is an old-timey setting with actual phone boxes with actual phone books, John can do a quick The Terminator and look up his old chum.
Are you Sarah Connor? No, wait, why am I trying to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression when we have Ethan here?
Are you Sarah Connor?
There you go. Your pants, give them to me.
Clothes, give them to me, now.
Now!
Wrong, Sarah. This one's going in the labyrinth.
I've taken your baby!
You remind me of the babe.
What, babe?
The babe with the power.
Moving on.
He's not the only one on the move, though. The aliens can actually float around when they want to, and so a flock of flying fedora friends heads into the night, checking on all of John Murdoch's acquaintances.
Wait. Do we even know that they're aliens?
Oh, yeah, we've established.
When was that established?
It was established that they're brain bugs, yeah.
When one of them was decapitated.
Yeah, when it crawls out of his skull.
Well, yeah, but we don't know they're aliens.
Well, they're not bloody humans. Anyway.
Don't make me send this back into reverse.
Yeah, please don't.
Okay, I'll accept it. Just keep moving.
First, they track down the hooker that John visited earlier, and it's what you might call a dead end in more ways than one. This trail has gone ice cold.
Hooker is not a very PC term. I think the term is lady of the night.
I thought it was just sex worker now.
All right, I was trying to be funny.
Well, this sex worker has retired.
Shit.
They're having a knife on the town, and it's time to pick up the bar stab. Various other metaphors. They aren't being very nice. Richard O'Brien is becoming more and more like the killer John Murdoch had been intended to be, and he's not being very nice at all. Even the other baldy Backstreet Boys are starting to think he's gone strange. Murdoch, meanwhile, is not having much luck. Every time he tries to hop on a train out of the city, it takes him back inward. There is no way to get to the beach. At one station, he even runs into Walensky, the deranged ex-cop who's been going nuts trying to figure out this place. Walensky explains that he figured it out. The creepy guys are swapping and mixing up people's memories while everyone is forced to sleep. Sometimes the process doesn't work right, and someone wakes up, like him. He's figured something else out, too. There's only one way out of this nightmare, and to demonstrate this point, he jumps off the platform and eats train. Bye-bye, Walensky. We barely understood ye because you were a fucking weirdo. Since Richard O'Brien knows all of Murdoch's old hangout spots, it's no surprise that he bumps into Mrs. Murdoch while she's enjoying a brooding session at the waterfront. In a telling exchange, he actually chats with her, wondering aloud how terrible it would be to go from being part of a hive mind of shared experience to suddenly having memories that are all your own. This guy is really starting to lose his grip.
You got to imagine the overlap here with, like, Mr. Smith later on.
Yeah.
I mean, could you just imagine Riff Raff playing that part instead?
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like it.
I mean, that's not the only weird overlap. The guy who played Mr. Wall is the voice of Chum the Shark in Nemo.
Oh, yeah, the gyrocopter pilot from Road Warrior.
Yeah, Bruce Spence.
Well, O'Brien is really starting to lose his grip. In fact, it's safe to say it's gone. It's lost. His grip has made its way to the existential lost and found office at the end of the universe, and the place is closed on a Tuesday. Everyone is orbiting around John Murdoch's past haunts at this point. His wife finds the hooker's apartment John told her about, near the automat he visited before, where she discovers the grisly remains left by the previous fedora-wearing felons just in time for Bumstead to reveal that he's been following her all along. And John makes his way to the old amusement arcade called Neptune's Kingdom, which happens to be run by none other than Carl, or Uncle Carl as he introduces himself. Another piece of John's jigsaw puzzle of memories falling into place. John still wants to get out of this town, back to the beach. It turns out that Shell Beach is where he grew up as a kid.
Shell Beach is also where they race in Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm. There was also a mini golf course in my hometown called Neptune's Kingdom, so I thought that was pretty funny.
It turns out that Shell Beach is where he grew up as a kid, but just like everyone else, Carl can't quite seem to remember the way out of the city.
Allegedly. It's allegedly where he grew up as a kid.
Well, in pictures, it looks vividly bright and daylit, not like this nocturnal habitation zone. Carl fills in the details of the sad, tragic life of John Murdoch with the help of a projector slideshow, but there's a problem. The kid in the slides had a burn on his arm from a childhood accident, but our John doesn't still have that scar. That means these images are of someone else, and his memories are not even his own. Lies, all lies. Bumstead and Mrs. Murdoch look around the apartment with the dead hooker in it, like the most noir and grim mismatched buddy cops or something, and find the poor hooker's little daughter hidden away under a bed. She doesn't have much to say, but luckily she has been spending her time drawing crude pictures of what she saw, featuring a set of black-clad guys with knives. Perhaps John's ranting about being chased by weird men holds some water. Another point in the Trust John column. Although, to be fair, the dead hooker probably tilts the scales a bit the other way, too.
I just gotta bring up that the scene with the kid and the pictures, that's only in the director's cut. In the theatrical cut, they don't have the kid.
I think I didn't see that because I thought I noticed no children anywhere in the entire movie, aside from the one weird little bald kid.
Yeah, that's just one of the few change. There's really not many changes between the director's cut and the theatrical cut, but that's one of the scenes that is just the director's cut.
As he is taking Mrs. Murdoch back home, Bumstead muses on how he can't quite remember certain details of his life that he ought to be able to, and she seems to realize something is wrong too. Similarly, John starts to realize that it's night. It's always night. It never seems to be daytime here in this bulb-deficient conglomeration. Carl waits until John goes off to bed and calls Mrs. Murdoch at home to let her know that John is with him. She's coming over as quick as she can, and Bumstead is coming along. It's time to end this. Hovering nearby, Richard O'Brien is eavesdropping and remembers Uncle Carl, realizing where they're going. John realizes that Carl has let the pigeon out of the pigeonarium and looks like he's about to do something about it. Then midnight hits, and once again, it's sleepy time for the population.
Sans John, of course.
Yeah,
so
we figured.
If they wake up at midnight, do they also put them to sleep at like 6 a.m. before sun comes up?
There's no that sun that comes up.
No, everyone is completely sleep deprived in this city.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and there's no sun at all.
Like, there isn't a sun.
There has never been any sun. Yeah, there's never been a daytime here.
Someone even mentions it. They go, "Don't you realize it's always dark in this city?"
Did they really?
Had you seen the film, that would have made a lot of sense later.
Yes.
But I think we can all agree that this film is really just a metaphor for living in Alaska.
Right?
The net is tightening around John. The Baldy Bastard Brotherhood are coming, and he realizes it's time to leave. Trouble is, they are onto him now, and use their powers to screw with the environment. Stairs lengthen and become huge. Walls shift. It's a whole thing. John leaps and runs across heaving, shifting rooftops, and it looks like he's got away clean until Richard O'Brien hovers into view dramatically for a showdown.
Here we go. Time to have it out. Mano a mano. Human versus telepathic bug-brain alien. Toe-to-toe combat for all the beans. Time to bite this apple. The chips are ahoy. The collection of tamales...
We get it!
And John just immediately punches him out, grabs his knife, and threatens him to talk or else. Now, that was quick. Richard O'Brien doesn't mind talking. It's not like there's any way out anyway. These guys created this whole place, stole a load of memories to use in their experiments, all in order to learn what makes us human. They need what we've got. Call it guts, grit, moxie, chutzpah, that old razzmatazz, what have you.
You see, Kiefer Sutherland? That's how you do exposition.
In all the chatting, Murdoch forgot that the city is still reshaping itself. The roof unbalances, and he is nearly crushed by a rapidly approaching apartment block on the loose, a fate that his opponent doesn't avoid. Quick, run down an alley, burst through a door, nearly fall down an inexplicable chasm, leap onto a convenient chimney stack passing by. It's all getting quite surreal.
It was like he was doing park noir.
What?
Ooh, I was trying to make a pun on parkour. Did that not work? Doing some park noir.
Park no! Just as they're about to close in on him, Bumstead skids to a halt in his car and offers John a lift. Hooray! A lift straight to the police station as a prisoner. Hooroo. Bumstead does that thing where they're sat across from each other at a table and he bangs his fist down and demands the truth. You know, that thing they always do when they get the bad guy in an interrogation room. So noir.
So noir.
John has a question of his own, though. How do you get to the beach? Everyone knows, right? But just as everyone else who's tried, Bumstead can't quite remember. Another question. When was the last time anything happened in daylight? What if it's always night? What if there's no sun here? And if all that wasn't enough, John levitates a book with the power of his mind, just to ram home the point that things are a little bit off in this crepuscular conurbation.
Oh, that was a good one. Actually, I like that.
Stay back, people. Stay back. The food court is closed until the hazmat team has decontaminated the premises.
Bathory's bouncy ball. What the fuck happened here?
So much for getting a proper snack. This place is a disaster.
It's a bloodbath. Literally.
It looks like someone detonated a blood bank in a hamburger joint. Ugh. Ugh.
Close, but look over there. I think that really is the Bloodmobile, lodged into the side of the shawarma place. How lawful.
Boo.
Yeah, that pun was pitiful.
I'll allow it.
Please tell me you weren't involved in this.
Please tell me you were.
We all know this has his fingerprints all over it.
Something is coming back to me.
Easy does it, sugar. You seem a mite woozy from all that blood loss.
Was it? Oh, hey, Hope. You're being strangely nice.
Well, of course. Y'all done such a generous thing with us.
Yeah, good on ya. We were starting to think all you blodgers were just up yourselves.
You're being strangely Australian, Andy. Wait, is this all a trick? You wanted my blood this entire time.
Well, don't be silly. What would we do with all that blood?
You won't fool me. I'm hereby liberating it from you evil us's clutches.
Oi! And where's he off to now?
Oh, bless his heart. I do think he's gone crazier than an outhouse rat with just the one oar in the water.
Hey, you, get away from that van. Out of my way. I'm rescuing this blood. Look out!
Oi, no!
You okay, sweetheart? You done bumped your little noggin. Zach! Hey, Zach, you okay? Snap out of it, dumbass.
Yes,
You remember something?
a mighty battle was fought here. Something was lost, and something was saved.
Shit.
Of course, he was involved in this mess. It has all of our trademarks of wanton destruction and senseless violence.
Trademark.
Maybe we save this conversation for the presence of our attorneys instead of mall security?
I just want to make a point that whatever the mall security takes can't really be entered into evidence the way it can with the real policeman. There is a difference between bacon and sizzling. Anyway, do you at least remember where you went after destroying the food court? Preventing me from getting a proper snack, I'll point out. And where did you get that juice box?
Juice box? I had a juice box.
Wait, do you mean last night or now?
Yes, it's this way. Follow me.
This may take a bit. Ooh, I guess I'll take the next part. John might well be a super being with phenomenal mind powers, but he's still damn well under arrest. Mrs. Murdoch comes and visits him, and they do that talking on other sides of glass with phones thing. You know the thing. He tries to explain to her that they aren't the people they thought they were. It's all just implanted memories. You know, the stuff you tell your wife when you really want her to feel special.
That's the kind of speech you say for your anniversary, guys.
To be fair, she has been realizing that something is off too, but her feelings for him are real. John is so touched that he shatters the glass with his mind to kiss her, which really angers the cops. That sort of thing is totally against the rules of jail, man. I mean, really.
But it was a really hot kiss. They went at it.
Oh, yeah, they sure did. Turns out there's a couple more visitors who would really like a quiet word with John, and they aren't much interested in the rules either. It's our old fiends, the Bald Brainworm Band again, and they walk through the station putting people to sleep to make things easier. As they're working their way toward the cells, Bumstead is heading there too to get Murdoch out, because he's decided it's about time they figured this place out. Kiefer Sutherland is having another of his late-night baths when Murdoch walks in. Apparently the aliens hate water, which makes this a good spot to evade them. Do we want to say foreshadowing for M. Night Shyamalan's Signs? What is it with aliens hating water?
I'll give it a foreshadowing.
If they hate water so much, why did they give him the bath? Well, why did they give him the bath? Why did they make it for him?
I don't know. I find this to be really like a commonly returned to trope. Water is very common in the universe. Why in the hell would aliens be afraid of it? Anyway, the doctor confirms that he definitely, absolutely just wants to help. Then he pulls a gun and insists that the best way to do this is to inject John in the skull with a crazy alien syringe. Might want to work on that bedside manner, huh? Anyway, just as the doctor got the drop on Murdoch, Bumstead gets the drop on the doctor, and they demand that Kiefer take them to the beach once and for all. Trouble is, none of the roads work. There's always a blockage or a bridge out or some other similar nonsense. There's nothing else for it. At the docks, they get a rowboat. While they row out, the doctor explains that they have all been abducted from somewhere by the alien strangers, taken to this place and given new and mixed up memories over and over again until there's no telling who they once were. The aliens need to figure out this whole idea of memory and individuality since they don't understand how it works, and apparently this experiment will help them figure that out.
Literally, lab rats in a maze, just like that opening scene.
But yeah, I mean, that's just a classic solipsism game, right? You know, it's all an alien experiment. We're all brains in a bottle. You know, we're all connected to the Matrix.
We've all felt that way every now and again.
Man, I feel that way when I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yeah, relatable.
Anyway, John is different. He resisted the memory imprinting and can use their ability to tune, which means he can, in theory, control everything here, and the doctor wants to stop it. He might be working for them, but it's not by choice. Even he no longer has his original memories. Cue flashback to the good doctor stabbing himself in the forehead with one of those fancy steampunk syringes. Yeesh.
He was sobbing as he did it.
Yep.
Yeesh. Finally, they reach a far dock, and beyond that, a door, and beyond that, a bright blue vista. But this is fake too. It's just a painted poster of sky on a brick wall. There really is no way out of the city. John won't accept that. He rips the poster down and breaks the wall with a mind blast to reveal space. Our view pulls out to reveal that this whole time, the city has been a giant disc hanging in the void. Only a force field keeps them from being sucked out, or blown out. Or, anyway. No time to ruminate on the vastness of the cosmos, though, as the Funky Fedora fans are here, and they're a bunch of stabby cats tonight. They even captured Mrs. Murdoch and brought her along, for the drama. In the ensuing melee, Bumstead gets into it with one of the aliens, and they fall out through the hole and past the force field, making him technically the first escapee from the city. Shame you can't enjoy that view for very long, though.
It looks pretty cool, though. I wasn't expecting space.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wishing they had done a bit more Total Recall situation with this as he floats away.
It's a cool reveal. I have to give it that. It's a cool reveal. It's actually a cooler reveal than the Truman Show, but yeah. Anyway. Time to surrender, it seems, because Richard O'Brien has Mrs. Murdoch at knife point, and he happens to know just how much John cares for her. Since there's no real option at this point, John has no choice but to go with them to their lair. Oh, our lair. Anyway, the aliens all gather to finally figure out what the hell to do with John Murdoch. The carefully considered opinions of the crowd tends toward the option of kill him right now, but their leader, Mr. Book, knows better. He can be used to show them the way. The experiment is over because they now have all they need.
Show me the way.
The Doctor is told to imprint John once and for all and to make him their tool.
Tool.
Because everybody loves being a tool.
We'll call him Mr. Tool.
Instead of Mr. Book, you've got Mr. Tool.
Fuck was up with those names?
Wait, didn't Maynard have something to say about that, I think? But the Doctor has a ruse in mind. He does imprint John using a memory syringe that he had prepared earlier, and John gets to relive his whole early life. But this time, Kiefer Sutherland appears time and time again as an ice cream vendor, a postman, a fireman, a teacher in school, the milkman, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Suddenly, the Doctor has had all the time of John's life to teach him the discipline he needs to control his power. Whoa.
Surprise!
John Cantoon. He is the one, Neo.
But does he know Kung Fu?
He knows Kung Fu. Yeah.
Oh my god, he's such a Mary Sewell.
Time for a floating around mind-blasting mental battle of psychic force. Lightning strikes, things explode, guys get thrown around and go arg, the whole lot.
Arg.
In a titanic and very literal battle of the wills, Mr. Book and John hurl mind powers at each other. Ultimately, the maelstrom is all too much for the great machine beneath the city to handle, and everything starts flying into the air. Buildings, cars, you name it. It's tornado time, baby. But, in the end, it all comes back to the fantastic power of knives. Floating high above, Mr. Book mind throws a knife at John, who mind catches it and mind yeets it right back at him and spears the bastard up good and proper.
It's all in the
I
reflexes.
don't think "ye" was a word yet in 1998.
No, but we are putting it there now.
Yeah, it's like the hands-free version of the climax to Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, it's all in the reflexes.
It's over. John is one out, and now he controls the machines, but the memory facility has been destroyed. From now on, everyone is whoever they are right now. There's only one thing left to do. John finally orders a new reshaping of the city, starting with an ocean to surround it on all sides, floating out into space around the city disk. At long last, he can go to the beach and meet his waiting wife there, even if it's not clear that she really remembers it all, and that's just where he goes. On the way, he meets a dying Richard O'Brien and tells him that this whole experiment was looking in the wrong place for what makes us human. The city disk rotates in space, and finally the sun can rise, and Mrs. Murdoch, or whoever she is now walking on a sunlit pier looking out to sea. Welcome to a new day in the not-quite-so-dark-anymore city.
It was inside us all along.
Yeah, I love that. The moral of the whole movie is delivered by Riff Raff.
Oh, it was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, he just did say darkness must flow down the river of night streaming.
Oh, no. I am not going back in there. I am not getting locked in a walk-in fridge for half a conclave again.
But that's where they keep the juice boxes.
I'm pretty sure this other door wasn't here the last time.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but did you know this door was down here when you let us? Or did you just want another juice box?
That is a mysterious door.
Quite mysterious.
If this door was a film, it would be 1999's Mystery Men.
If this door were a book, it'd be Mark Twain's 1916 novella, The Mysterious Stranger.
This door moves in U2's 1991 Mysterious Ways.
No singing?
It's all right.
If this door was a snack, it would be the 1993 Airheads Mystery flavor.
If that door was a rash, it would be the mysterious rash in my armpit.
I didn't know there was a quaternary phase to syphilis.
This is the door I saw in my mind. It's almost like I summoned it from my imagination.
What's behind it?
I don't know, it's locked.
Sir?
Do you have the key?
Why would I have a key? I'm the guardian of the door. That's a totally different department.
Well, that's bloody useless.
Excuse me.
How the hell are we supposed to get to the other side of this door mystery without the key?
Well, you see, I have...
Everyone spread out. It has to be here somewhere.
But...
Everyone take a quadrant. You all brought your semaphore flags, right?
Oh, sirs, what's this?
The keys! Hey, everyone! I found the keys! I almost missed them because Brother Methuselah was in the way.
Good job, sir.
Well, here goes nothing.
Wait, are you guys sure it's safe?
The Cinemania Society was written, produced, and performed by Daniel Scribner, Andy Slack, Zacharia Berks, Hope Bravo, Andrea Palladino, and Ethan Ireland. Editing and sound design by Ethan Ireland. Music by Carl Casey at Whiteback Audio. Incidental music and sound effects courtesy of Epidemic Sound. The Cinemania Society is a work of fiction. Unless otherwise indicated, all names, characters, businesses, places, and events and incidents appearing in the audio play are either the product of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or living dead, or actual events is purely coincidental and or part of the work of parody that should not be construed as making statements or allegations of actual fact. All celebrity voices are impersonated, sometimes poorly, unless otherwise stated. The Cinemania Society is available on social media. You can reach us on Facebook, Instagram, or Blue Sky. Our Reddit feed or on r/The Cinemania Society, or just email us at thecinemaniasociety@gmail.com. You, yes, you listening right now, please take a second to drop us a line because not only are we dying for an excuse to do a listener mail episode, we genuinely would love to hear from you.